Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 7 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password is provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 7 and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter geometric measurement. And the lessons we're going to cover today are circles, calculate area, circumference, radius and diameter, volume, surface area, and perimeter area and volume changes in scale. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well, right? So let's just start with the first lesson, that is calculate circles, calculate area, circumference and diameter. Here I'm on grade 7 math. The lesson we are on right now is geometric measurement. The lesson we're going to start with is circles, calculate area, circumference, radius and diameter. Okay, what is the diameter of the circle in 4 centimeters? The diameter of the circle is 4 centimeter. What is the circle's radius? So we are given the diameter, right? Basically, the diameter is the line that touch the circle into 2 points and also passing through the center of the circle, right? That is the center of the circle. So that is the diameter. Diameter is the line that touch the 2 points on the circle and that must passes through the center of the circle. So the radius is always half of the diameter. This line from here to here, this is the radius. Radius is always half of the diameter. So diameter is 4 centimeter. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So the radius of the circle is 2 centimeter. Got it? Like if you are given, here is a circle, if you are given a line that is actually the center of the circle, right? So from the center of the circle to any point on the circle, that is the radius. And if you have a line that is passing through the center and touching 2 points on the circle, that would be diameter. Got it? Radius is always half of the diameter. Okay, let's just start with the correct next one, that is the diameter of a circle is 8 kilometer. What is the circle's radius? So which is the correct option? You are given the diameter, you have to find the radius. This complete line from this point to this point, that is the diameter. You need to find a radius. So radius is always the half of the diameter. Radius is always half of the diameter, right? Diameter is 8, so 8 divided by 2 is 4 kilometers. That is the radius of the circle. The radius of the circle is 4 kilometer. Option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? The radius is 4 kilometers. The next one is the circumference of a circle is 12.56 yards. What is the circle's diameter? You are given the circumference, right? Circumference is C equals 2 pi r, right? The circumference is 12.56. You need to find the diameter, right? Hold on. The diameter is twice the radius, right? That would be 4 pi d. Basically, circumference is C equals 2 pi r, right? You need to find a diameter, right? We know that the diameter is twice the radius because this is just the radius and the diameter is 2 times r, right? So replace this r with, sorry, okay, yes, diameter is 2 times and we know that the radius is half of the diameter, right? So diameter is twice the radius and radius is half of the diameter. So replace this r with diameter. So 2 and 2 got cancelled. Say circumference is pi d, right? You are given a circumference that is 0.56. We know that pi has a fixed value that is 3.14 times d. So you need to calculate the value of d. So you have to divide both sides by 3.14. So that is 4. Diameter is 4. You can divide and check. I know the correct option is 4 yards. The correct option is 4. That is 4 yards, right? The basic thing you need to keep in your mind is C equals pi d. When you have your working in terms of diameter, that is C equals pi d. And when you're working in terms of diameter, that is 2 pi r. Got it? These are the two important things you have to keep in your mind. So the correct option is 4 yards. Okay, the next one is the radius of the circle is. What is the circle's diameter? Which is the correct option? We are on grade 7 math. The chapter we are working on is geometric measurement, and the lesson we are on is circles, calculate area, circumference, radius, and diameter. So the radius of the circle is 2 meter. You need to calculate the diameter, right? I just explained diameter is 2 times the radius. So when radius is 2, that is 2 times 2, and then the diameter is 4 meters. Got it? The correct option is diameter equal 4 meter. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, the radius of the circle is 2 millimeter. What is the circle's diameter? Now you are given the radius. You need to calculate the circumference, right? Here you are given the radius. You need to calculate the circumference. So circumference in terms of radius is C equals to pi r. Got it? Just put up the values. We know that pi has a fixed value that is 3.14. R you are given that is 2. So just multiply them and calculate the answer. That is 12.56 millimeters. Got it? The correct option is 12.56 millimeters. That is option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? Okay, the next one is the diameter of the circle is 6 millimeter. What is the circle's circumference? You are given the diameter. You have to calculate the circumference, right? So when you are given the diameter, you have to calculate the circumference. The circumference is C equals pi d. So which is the correct option? C equals pi d, right? Pi is 3.14 and d is 6. So the correct option is 18.84 millimeters, right? The correct option is 18.84 millimeters. Got it? The correct option is option number 1, that is 18.84 millimeters. The radius of a circle is 4 millimeter. What is the circumference? So which is the correct option? You have to calculate the circumference, right? You have to do 4 pi r, right? So which is the correct option? Sorry, 2 pi r it is. Circumference equals 2 pi r, right? So 2 times 4 is 8 and that is 25 point something, I think. 25.12 millimeter. You just have to multiply, right? 4 times 4 times 3.14. So the correct option is 25.12. The correct option is, that is option number 1. Okay, the next one is, the circumference of a circle is 18.84 inches. The circumference of a circle is 18.84 inches. What is the circle's diameter? So you are given the circumference of the circle now and you have to calculate the diameter. So we know that when we need to find the circumference in terms of diameter, that is C equals pi d, right? You are given the circumference, that is 18.84. We know that pi has a fixed value, that is 3.14, and d we need to calculate. So divide both sides by 3.14 because you need to calculate the value of d. So they cancel out and 18 point, I think that is 6. Hold on, let me just check and divide. 18.84 divided by 3.14 is, yes, that is 6. That means the diameter of the circle is 6. For which question you are asking? That is d equals 6 inches. The correct option is d equals 6, right? The correct option is 6 inches. If you have still question, you can just tell me which question it is. I will explain again. The radius of a circle is 5 feet. What is the circle's diameter? You are given the radius now. You need to calculate the diameter, right? So diameter is twice the radius, right? So you are given the radius, that is 5. You have to do 2 times 5 and 2 times 5 is 10 feet. That means the radius of the circle is 10 feet. Got it? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson, and the next lesson is, that is circles word problems, right? You have to do the word problems on your own. They are exactly the same like we just did, right? The next lesson is volume. Let's just start with the volume. Okay, what is the volume? You are given the rectangular prism and you have to calculate the volume of the rectangular prism. So how do we calculate the volume of the, how do I know that is a rectangular prism? Just look at this shape. This is rectangle, right? and the rest all are the rectangles. So that is a rectangular prism. You have to calculate the volume of the rectangular prism. So how do we calculate? There is, this is the formula. You can note them down, the formulas with you. They are very very helpful. That is volume equals length time width time height, right? So if you have to calculate the uh, volume of the rectangular prism, you need to multiply the length, the width, and the height, right? So for this prism, that is 4 times 2 times 7. So the correct option is 56 cubic inches. Got it? Okay. Okay, let's just start with the test questions. Okay, the first one is, what is the volume? First, you have to understand the shape, right? Like which shape it is. If you see, all the faces of this shape are square, isn't it? So this is a cube. You have to calculate the volume of the cube, right? First thing is you have to understand the shape, which shape it is, then you have to see how do you find. So the shape is, if you see the faces of this shape, they are the squares, right? So the shape is known as cube, right? So you have to calculate the volume of the cube. So whenever you have to calculate the volume of the cube, you can you can use a formula, that is volume equals side times side times side. Why? Because they have all sides equal in measurement. So that means you have to do 6 times 6 times 6, and that is 216 cubic inches, right? The correct option is option number 1, that is 216 inches cube. The correct option is option number 1. Okay, what is the volume? So which is the correct option? Which shape is it? That is a cube. So for the cube, you have to do side times side times side. So you have to do 3 times 3 times 3. Yes, that is 27 cubic meter. 3 times 3 is 9, and 9 times 3 is 27. Very good. That is 27 cubic centimeter. Okay, the next one is, again, that is a cube. So what is the volume? Which is the correct option? Yes, again, you have to do 8 times 8 times 8. So that is 512 cubic meter. The correct option is 512. Very good. Okay, the next one is, what is the volume? So which is the correct option? 4 times 4 times 4, so the correct option is 64 centimeter cube. Option number 2 is the correct option. But where is the rectangle? Okay, again, square. What's wrong with these questions? Okay, what is the volume? So, which is the correct option? Yes, that is 343 cubic yards. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, now we have the rectangular prism finally. Okay, what is the volume? So whenever we need to calculate the volume of the rectangular prism, what we have to do, you have to multiply length time, width time, height, right? The volume of the rectangular prism is length time, width time, height, right? So length is 4, width is 7, height is 2. You have to multiply, right? So that is 7 times 4 is 28 and 28 times 2 is 56 millimeter cube. The correct option is 56 millimeter cube. Got it? So that is 56 millimeter cube. So which is the correct option? You are given a rectangular prism, you have to calculate the volume. Which is the correct option? You have to do length time, width time, height, right? So 8 times 4 is 16 and 16 times 4 is, no, 8 times 4 is 32 to 128 inches cube it is, right? Option number 2 is the correct option. Very good. Okay, the next one is what is the volume? So which is the correct option? – 49 it is. Very good. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by your self-rated way, right? And the next one is surface area. Let's just start with the next lesson, that is surface area. Let's just start with the lesson. Okay. Okay, what is the surface area? So you are given a rectangular prism. You need to calculate the surface area. So when we need to calculate the surface area rectangular prism, we have to calculate actually the area of every face, right? First thing you need to understand is the faces of the rectangular prism. Rectangular prism is exactly same like you have a shoe box, right? If you have any problem with understanding the faces, you can get a shoe box. I will explain with the, like, you can have the upside and the same length the down one, right? This side and the opposite side here with the same length. So this side and the opposite side length here with this one, right? So basically you need to calculate the area of the every first thing you need to calculate this one. 8 times 2 is 16, and the opposite side have exactly the same measurement, so that is 8 times 2 equals 16, right? Then you have to calculate the area of this small side, that is 2 times 1 2, and the opposite side also has the same area. Then you have to calculate the area of this one. 8 times 1 is 8. So the last thing is you need to add up all these. If you have to add the area of all the faces. When you add the area of all the faces, that is your surface area, right? You can have a look on these questions on your own because they are already solved. I'm going to start with the test questions so that you can understand easily. Okay, what is the surface area, right? Because we need to calculate the surface area of this rectangular prism, we need to calculate the area of every face, right? Start from this one, right? This is face 1 and the opposite side have exactly same measurements, that is face 2. So the area of face 1 is 9 times 7, that is 63, right? So the opposite side is face 2. The face 2 is exactly same because that have the same measurement, so that is 63. Now this one I'm going to call face 3. So face 3 has, this is 7 and this is 7. So 7 times 7 is 49. This side, the one you cannot see, is have exactly the same measurements, that would be face 4. That is 7 times 7 equals 49. Now you have to do for this one, right? This is phase 5, right? So this is 9 and this is 7. So area of phase 5 is 9 times 7, that is 63. And the phase 6 have exactly same measurements, that is 9 times 7 equals 66. So you need to calculate the surface area. You have to add up all the area. 63 plus 63 plus 9 plus 49 plus 63 plus 63. So just add them all, right? That is, hold on, 63 plus 63 plus 63 plus 63 plus 47 plus 47. No, I think I did a mistake, right? Mistake in what? Mistake for this space. This is 9 and this is 7. 63 plus 63. No, I added 49. I think that is 47. I added 47. That is 49 plus 49. Yes, 7 times 7 is 49, right? So that is 350 square inches. The correct option is option number 1. That is 350 square inches, right? So by mistake, I have written here 47. That is 49. So when you add them all, that is 350 square inches. Option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? Okay, the next one is, what is the surface area? That is a um, cube, right? Cube has 6 faces, 6 square faces, right? Let's just calculate the area of face 1, whatever face it is. All the faces have the same side lengths. You have to do 7 times 7, that is 49. Because all the faces have exactly same, um, because all the faces have exactly same length, so you don't have to calculate them separately. You just have to do 6 times 49, right? 6 times 9 is 54, 6 times 4 is 24, and 29, that is 294 inches square. Got it? The correct option is 294 inches square because face square has all six faces that have the same measurement. So just calculate the area of one face and multiply it by the six so that you can have the surface area. Got it? That is 294 inches square. The next one is what is the surface area? That is a rectangular prism. So how do we calculate the surface area of the rectangular prism? We need to calculate the area of all the faces and then we need to add, right? So I'm going to start with this face, face 1. The measurements are 7 times 5, that is 35. So on the opposite sides, exactly the same face, so that has 37. Now look at this one, that is the second one, 10 and third face, 5 it is. So face 3 is 10 times 5, that is 50. So face 4 have exactly same measurements, that is also 50, right? Now this one, right? This is 7 and this is 10. So phase 5 is 7 times 10, that is 70, and phase 6 have exactly same measurements, that is 7 times 10 and that is 70. You need to add for surface area, you need to add them all. 35 plus 35 plus 70 plus 70 plus 50 and plus 50. So they all, when you add them, they all are 310 square millimeters, right? That is 310 square millimeters. Got it? The correct option is 310. Now I think you have to try the next one on your own, isn't it? Yes, you have to try the next one on your own. Okay, what is the surface area? So, which is the correct option? You can do the question on your notebook and then write the correct option in the chat box. Which is the correct option? That is 136 inches square. The correct option is 136 inches square. Okay, what is the surface area? Which is the correct option? That is a square. All the shapes, all the faces are square, right? That means that is a cube. So the area of one face is 3 times 3, that is 9. So then area of 6 faces is 9 times 6, and 9 times 6 is, yes, 54 square feet it is, right? Yes, that is again a rectangular prism. So which is the correct option? The correct option is, hold on, 8 times 5 is 40, then 8 times 4 is 32, then 5 times 4 is 20. So the correct option is, yes, that is 100. And okay, I will explain for the one we are on right now. Basically, when you have to calculate, because these faces have more than one face, right? These shapes have more than one face, right? So you have to calculate the area of every face and then you have to add them. That is exactly like the shoe box, right? So the opposite sides are exactly same. This one and the one you cannot see are exactly same. So we have to calculate the area of the first shape, that is a rectangle, right? Rectangle is 8 times 5, that is 40. So the one side that is opposite here one you cannot see have exactly the same measurements. You have to calculate the area of the shape, that is 8 times 5, that is 40, right? Then just look at this face. Face 3 it is, right? This is 4 and this length is 8. So you have to calculate the area of face 3, that is 4 times 8, that is 32. This side you cannot see is exactly same. So for face 4 is also 32. Now this one, this length is 5 and this length is 4. So for this one you have to calculate the area of the fifth one side, that is 4 times 5, that equals 20, and the face 6 is also 20. So for the surface area you need to add them all, and when you add them all, that is 184 centimeter square. Got it? Okay, that's great. Okay, so you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. We are working on grade 7 math. The chapter we are working on is geometric measurement. No, I don't count. See this line. When this is 4, this is also 4. Which line's 4? No, I don't count the line. Hold on. I don't count the line. This length is 4, right? So this is also 4. This is 6, so this length is also 6. Got it? If the width is 4, all the widths are 4. If the height is 6, all the heights are 6. Got it? I'm not counting. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 7 math. The chapter we have, the lessons we have completed today are, okay, that's great. We have started with the lesson circles, that is circles, calculate area, circumference, radius, and diameter. Then the word problems you have to do on your own. Then we have covered the volume, and the one we have just finished is surface area, right? So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday 5 to 9, or either you can join me in the interactive session that will be daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10, right? So if you have any questions related to the lessons we have just finished, you can please ask. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. So please ask questions. No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.